Hey, that's an interesting background, isn't it? I bet my local Starbucks here, Starbucks in the hood. I guess I won't be able to monetize this with the money, with the sound up there. I've been sitting here having my my coffee. I love it. I have a little iced coffee, and I wanted to share with you guys share with you guys a thought that I was sharing with my wife yesterday. Yesterday, I spent the day in Irvine looking for a job. And there was a lot of misunderstanding. Yesterday's video, people got the idea I was looking for a new job. I'm not necessarily looking for a new job. I'm looking for another job, which I guess is a new job of sorts. I'm looking for a job to supplement my current job for two reasons. One, I have a lot of expenses coming up, and this transition, although I'm gainfully employed, I make very good. I shouldn't. It sounds like boasting. I don't mean it that way. But I mean I'm doing well, but I can't believe, you won't believe how expensive this transition to this new country has been, and it's been very difficult to keep up, and not just on this side but on both sides of the Pacific. So I need to build on the nest egg that we have to jumpstart our life here. Although I love my wife's approach, she's so practical. So she's anyway. That's kind of just between she and I. So I want to get another job to bring in more money, and also to kind of give me something to do on the weekends. I've been productive on the weekends. I've been doing stuff. I did some charity stuff over the winter, the cold period there. So that made me feel good. And I've been doing productive stuff. Actually, considering this started this year, I was really pretty much working through the weekends. This video is getting all over the place. But what I wanted to tell you was a thought that my wife and I were having. We're trying to decide what to do with our daughter. Yesterday I was in Irvine looking at juku, which are Japanese word for cram schools. And I'm looking for similar types of things in California, in Irvine, where we're going to live, so where we can send our daughter to go to school to work on her English before she starts her formal high school. She'll be starting high school in September or August this year, finishing junior high school in Japan in March, or next month, basically. So we have this gap. And then Japan, the school year ends in March and then begins in April. And then in America, it begins in June and begins in August or September. And so we've got this kind of a transitional period. And Emily's formally finishing junior high school and beginning high school. And that's a great time to draw the line and just to cut it and say, we're done with done with Japan. She can formally, is the word, matriculate out of the Japanese system by graduating, so to speak, with her peers in Japan out of junior high school, and then formally start here as a freshman in high school. And we want her to do that because then when she starts, all of her peers, the other students are freshmen as well. It's all new and dynamic, and this is a great time for her. She won't be so different. She'll be just one of the crowd then, right? So we really wanted to do that, but the timing isn't working out well with the immigration. Now, hopefully we're going to have good news soon, and we'll just make it happen. That the NVC will come through and approve the last submission of documents, and after that it's just formalities. Go to the embassy, my wife will take the interview, and off they'll go. But our backup plan that we were discussing yesterday is that if it draws out even longer than that, then we're just going to look into the idea of just sending Emily over. Just put our daughter on an airplane, pick her up at the airport, and she and Emily and I will start our lives here together. Kind of like my wife and Emily have their life there now, and then my wife will stay there and finish up everything, and then she'll come and follow us later. It's an exciting prospect. At first I was reluctant to do that because I don't think I can do the motherhood part. But at the same time, I like adventure, and I think that it would be a real adventure for Emily and I to do this, especially if the timing was right, because I have to work, and so I wouldn't want Emily to come over too soon during the summer. I don't want her to be alone at home or in a new community, in an empty apartment where we won't have really much of anything for weeks or months before school starts. I'd like her to arrive like a week before school starts. I'll take time off from work. I'll get her all set up and ready to go. We're going to live within bicycling distance of school, so she can just ride her bike to school. She'll go to school, and I'll go to work. And I'm good. I'm nice. I've got that nice schedule that I've got every other Friday off, so I have, you know, we'll have lots of time. And I don't work weekends like I did in Japan every other weekend. So I think this will work out well. I'll have to learn to cook. I don't think Emily likes bean burritos. It's kind of exciting to kind of see the potential end in the horizon. Is that right? So I'm just sitting here right now, just trying to catch up a little bit. Feeling very excited about the idea of seeing my girl. Oh, it's funny. Emily took the Eiken, which is the Japanese English test, the formal English test, yesterday. And my wife Yumiko was writing to me saying that she's so nervous. You know, she's so nervous about the test. And I'm thinking, I didn't say anything too, but I'm thinking, don't be nervous. It's, you know, the Eiken, the Japanese English test, is going to have perhaps no bearing at all on her future, because she's going to be over here. She's going to become a native English speaker, and English will be, at this age, it could be a contender for her first language. Japanese is her first language now. It'll be interesting to see what happens. 4 years right through high school, I don't see how anybody could exit that here without, you know, the native, or anywhere, without the community, the language of their peers becoming their native language. It'll be interesting to see what kind of adult she becomes. If she could become an adult who considers English or Japanese her first language. That'll be a really interesting thing. I think if I had my druthers, I would prefer to have done this a little bit sooner, probably around age 12 or 13, particularly for her well-being, for the ease of adjustment. But, you know, it's going to be a little bit harder for her. But oh my gosh, I spent the day yesterday. Whoops. I had to cut that because I accidentally said the name of my daughter's high school. One of the things I'm going to do on a going forward basis is I really want to exclude, and keep my daughter and my wife, for the most part, out of my online life. This is mainly for privacy and safety's sake, mainly for Emily. And my wife, I don't think my wife, she's not into the online stuff so much. So even after they get here, it'll probably just be more me blah 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 on the videos, if I even do this much. I don't know. I told you guys yesterday, I dropped off of Facebook in order to spend more time with my family, which has really proved fruitful. I'm really spending more time with them online, and that's worthwhile. That's worthwhile. And I don't want, like I keep saying, I don't want to be looking down at a screen when I've got my family around me that I want to spend time with. So it doesn't mean that you guys are not valuable to me. It's just kind of a prioritization in a way. I hope that's understandable and makes sense. My wife was writing to me yesterday, Yumiko. She doesn't like when I call her my wife, Yumiko, but I worry people won't know who she is. I would just say Yumiko. Yumiko was saying to me, asked me yesterday if I'm going to stay off Facebook, and I told her yes, and I'm pretty sure that that's going to be the case. At least until my daughter's grown out of the house. Oh, there was some confusion yesterday. Someone wrote to me asking, there was a lot of misunderstanding in my video yesterday, of one that I was looking for a new job, and another one that I was going to kick Emily out of the house when she turns 18. And that's not what we're planning to do. We're planning to support Emily all the way through college, as far as she wants to go. If she wants to get a PhD, I'll work at Starbucks or whatever I have to do to get her all the way through. So that's our plan, my wife and I. What I mean by that is that I only have her till she's 18. It should be an adult. And I'm imagining after high school, she's not gonna, unless she decides to go to Irvine, UC Irvine, very good school. I don't think she'll be staying with us. Frankly, that's okay with me. I would love to have my girl around us enough. It is 9:37. Yeah. Actually, that would be fine with me, even though, and I think the person that asked me that was familiar with my videos in the past, where I had admonished young men in particular to seek independence, and I still do that. So I guess call me a hypocrite, saying that I'd be willing to. I wouldn't support my daughter like that. I mean, if Emily chose to live with us as an adult, I mean, I'll support her all the way through college. But if she chose to live with us as an adult, I would expect her to pull her fair share, her weight. That's kind of the thing. There's one thing living with your parents, or, you know, how do you phrase that right? Like if my mom, if I chose to take on, which I could do, wind up doing, take on my mother, it wouldn't be that I'd be living with my mother would be living with me. See the difference? You know, I'd be taking care of her. The emphasis is on that, and I kind of believe that adults should carry their weight. That's the crux of the thing. I guess really I have no problem with adult children living with their parents, as long as they're within the parameters of carrying their weight at the appropriate time. For example, like I said, if Emily decides to get a PhD, I would probably be willing to support her all the way through the whole darn thing. It's just the way I feel about it. I value education so much. If she gets a bachelor's degree and then cuts it at that and says, I'm on my own, I'm going to head out into the world, then she's on her own. She's heading out. Does that mean I wouldn't help her if she didn't need help? I would. You know, I think there may be some misunderstanding about some of my past ideas. I admire would I admire and respect her if she chose to take that on her own and suffer through and push through the difficult times on her own. You bet. Still, I'd help her. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna sign off for now. It's a good day. Lots of good things happening. I'm so excited about that. So excited about the idea of seeing Emily. Of course, excited about the idea of seeing my Yumiko as well too. But it's just been so long. I miss her so much. I miss both of them so much. Guys, it's been a blessing to have this experience, and a curse, but mostly a blessing. I'll never let them go. I'll never take them for granted. No. Okay. As this music winds down, I'll wind down too. Take care, everybody. Bye bye. Have a great day.